How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the video. Sorry, it has been a long week. It's my second week of school, and I am just getting my ass rocked with math and English right now. So I meant to record this the day after I recorded Lawbringer. It did not happen. It ended up happening 4 or 5 days afterward. I did not think I was going to get so much homework on my first week of school. So let's dive right in to the foot fetish boy. So I think we need to get that out of the way. That does do a lot of damage. This is his light chain. You get 4 lights. There's no way you're not getting parried for using this. It stands out like night and day. Most of the time, if someone gets a light, they're going to go for a heavy. A lot of the time, you'll also see people go for the toe stab. You'll even see after a heavy attack, people go for the toe stab. If they land a heavy attack, people will go for the toe stab. And that is simply because the toe stab does 10 damage. You do it off a light attack, that's 25 damage. You do it off a heavy attack, that's 40 damage. Buddy. Oh, you got 2 light attacks? Oh, that's 40 damage. His foot stabs are amazing. Talking about amazing. His zone attack, if you get hit by this first hit, the second hit, it will be guaranteed you will take that 20 damage. And if they whiff it, oh, guess what? I'll just feint it, stab you, toe stab. The toe stab can obviously be dodged upon, I wouldn't say reaction, I'd say prediction probably. Especially in a situation where you get this, most people toe stab afterward. Not everybody, some people will go with the heavy and then try to do a mix-up of some kind. Whether that's, getting a guard break, getting the heavy, then doing that as a finisher. That's 50 total damage. Gladiator is very good. It's just what it is. So, in addition, he's got his side pokies, which you can chain into his heavy. You can also chain it into his light chain. In addition to having the jump attacks and stuff like that, and having the ability to sidestep light and jump forward light. He also has the ability to dash and do this, which leaves a concussing effect, and you can go straight into a heavy right afterward. You cannot, however, go into a light right afterward. You do have to go for a heavy. So if you are going for the bash, don't forget you will have to go for the heavy. You will see some people, bully you and just keep bashing you, because once you're out of stamina, shit gets real, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. So based on his regular stuff, the bash, the zone, his lights into the unblockable foot stab that you really need to watch out for. That thing does great damage. Gladiator is such a good character. He's very, very strong. He has larger stamina meter, and it regenerates even faster, which makes him a very, very, very viable threat. As you can see here, after any light attack, he can do that heavy, even after the 4th heavy attack, which, as I said, there's no way you're not getting parried, so I wouldn't try that. His run attack is a heavy attack, not a light in this case. He's got the side ones, and the punch is called Sucker Punch, and Cheap Shot is where you do the heavy attack afterward. A lot of the time, you'll also see people do this, feint it, and go for the toe stab, and yes, the toe stab can kill you. So if you're on super low health, be very, very cautious. It's very, very hard to survive against him when that's going on. So be very cautious. His foot stab is notoriously good. He also has an unblockable called the Skewer. It's very good for if an opponent is out of stamina. You land this, and then you could, and believe it or not, this thing can be canceled, and you see how much bleed it does. That's some pretty good bleed. It does 4 damage, then 2 damage, then 3 damage, then 4 damage. It's a very good one. Now, what makes it even better is if you wait a moment, you can actually throw and still get the bleed effect. So, as we can see here, this is just getting the bleed. As you can see on his bar health, he's got quite a bit of bleed going now. Now if we move in toward a wall, all of a sudden when this lands, you wait a moment, now you're guaranteed a heavy when he hits the wall. So not only do you get your bleed, you will also get a 30 damage heavy attack if you can smack him into a wall. Now, there is a different version of the smack. And that is if I can get him into this wall here. If you're pinned in a corner and you get stabbed, he can press X, which nearly always will guarantee him a light attack, especially if you can't react fast enough. Which then leads to the, the zone or the foot stab, or it leads to you getting hit by something you really don't want to get hit by. He no longer suffers from the super short guard. He has the same amount of time as every other assassin now, so he's much easier to play. He used to have a little bit of an issue with that. In addition, his sprinting attack here, if you miss it, you can press X, and you can go for a punch. You never really see that, so we're gonna skip that. You never fucking see it. I've seen it once or twice, and I don't know what they were doing. I don't know what they were doing. In addition, his skewer attack, you can press A just to dash out of it if you want. Sometimes people, you can get this in. It's very efficient. I mean, I can't lie to you guys. It's very efficient. And his reach on his heavy attacks is surprisingly good. Especially if you do his top heavy. I mean, you get some good reach. All of them will do 30 damage, by the way. So if you get this, you wait just a moment, and then you're straight back into that. And then from this, you got the whole mix-up going again. You got the zone attack possibly coming out. It makes it very difficult to guard from. Now when you land this, you can cancel that into a guard break, making it even more difficult for your opponent. Alright, so now we're going to get into some of the other, fun stuff. The skewer can be mixed into chains. It can do all kinds of fun stuff. It's a very, very awesome, good move. Very good move. Alright, so here we go. Upon getting a deflect, this man right here can immediately go into skewer. I dare only try this on PC. Now, fun thing is, it's the exact same skewer that we've been going over. Which means you can still throw them, you can still do everything we were just doing. You can do all of it. Which also includes... And sometimes you could just go into it and then get a guard break afterward, which is what I accidentally did there. Which includes doing the mix-up here, like I was describing. So, other fun fact, if you get a parry, press X. Now look at how much stamina that dealt. And now you can get this. And did you know he could do that? You start mixing in the unblockables. Uh-oh, he's on the ground again. Oh no, he's on the ground again. What are you doing, bud? You see, he's... Uh-oh, you're on the ground again. He's a very, very big bully. So, when you land the parry, you press X quickly, same as all the other characters, and then you can actually heavy attack immediately after. This is the same mix-up as if you do this, and then you get your heavy. It's the same exact mix-up. Now, when the opponent's out of stamina, if you do a foot stab, it will knock them to the ground. Obviously, you're going to want to mix things up and get into that ability. For instance, if you do this, you could mix it in there, or you could let the heavy fly if you think they're going to dodge. Or here, no one really knows what's about to happen, except for you. And the other fun thing is, the zone attack has a huge reach. And I mean huge. So you can mix that in, but also you can mix this if you think they're going to dodge. And obviously when they're out of stamina, you want to bully as much as possible, right? So when they run out of stamina, inevitably when they run out of stamina, I should say, as soon as they do, You know, you can do this. If they block, all of a sudden you're going into that. And as I pointed out, this can be canceled. You can go into another bash and continue to bully them. So if you want to be super aggressive and, you know, bully them super bad, upon landing that parry and getting your bash, you could go into this, cancel it, go for a guard break. They're on the ground. Go for a toe stab. They're on the ground. Other things you could do, because you get the heavy attack right afterward. So as soon as you get this, you go into this. If it does land, well, guess what? You go into that again, and you're still doing stamina damage to him. You're still doing, and then it resets the situation, because upon landing the bash, it'll reset the exact same situation he was just in. Forgot he had armor. So that's the big things that make Gladiator so incredibly strong. His damage is very good. The toe stabs do remarkably good damage. His deflect, now, fair warning with the deflect, okay? When you go for the deflect, you can still get hit even when going through the animation. So be careful when you're on low health. I find just doing the parry jab is a little bit more reliable at a lot of times. So that's what I tend to try to stick to, even though he is meant to be played as an assassin. I think it's a little safer to use him in a different manner, in other words. So his unblockable can be canceled. You can dodge out of it. You can do so much with it. It makes him an incredible, incredible, incredible monster. He's very, very good. And the fact that toe stab can kill, you know, it's remarkable. It's remarkable. 60 damage. Now it's up to 70. But as we have gone over all of the knights now, next up on my voyage will be the Vikings. Personally, ending out the knights, I want to know who your favorite is. Warden and Gladiator have my tops. Okay, so Warden, Gladiator, Lawbringer, Centurion have my favorite looks. Conch also looks pretty good, don't get me wrong. Peacekeeper, I could do less with for her looks at least. Play style is a whole different thing. I'm just strictly talking about looks and stuff like that. And Vortiger has a couple good looks, but nothing too crazy. Let me know what your favorite knight is down below now that we are done and finished with the knights. Next up will be Raider, Legendary. Other than that, everybody, I will see you guys in the next one. Gladiator is a very fun character, very strong character. Give him a try. I never see him out there. He's always overshadowed by the craziness that is Berserker. But other than that, everybody, I will see you in the next video. Thank you all for watching.